when the NDA is attacked and our soldier was killed and our soldier was abducted, I don't think in some countries where the citizens are wise enough, the presidency will do anything other than appealing to Nigerians.
Let me tell you, Mr. President, under your watch, bandits.
I was not criticizing the administration of Mr. President. I said we all failed. I started by myself, that I failed as an Imam to tell Nigerians that it is bad for them to kill themselves. And parents all failed. Politicians failed. The reason why I decided to communicate in that way is to bring the fact out. People share the same mind with me, but they are afraid, or they think it is not their business. They think they're supposed not to talk. Some are afraid. Some are emotionally inclined to their religion. Some are emotionally inclined to their region. Some are emotionally inclined to their political affiliation. Some are emotionally inclined to their tribe. That is why people kept quiet. But I want to, if possible, by so doing, to boost the morale of the government to do something about kidnapping, banditry, killing, and what have you.
Are demanding, are taxing Nigerians.
Well, from the supporters, I can say yes. But from the government, I don't expect any. Because if I am to be intimidated, that means the president himself intentionally don't want to fulfill his promise. Because I said it in the video, especially the Hausa version, that if he wants to deliver, may the Almighty help him. But if he don't want to deliver, may the Almighty deal with him. Now, which one will he act on behalf? Or which one did those who are his supporters would like to act on behalf? If they decided to act on behalf of the last statement, that is an affirmation that they don't want him to succeed. They don't want him to fulfill his promise. Or if he is the one who decided to come after me, then that means he don't want to fulfill the promise. And if that is the case, I have no regrets, because someone must sacrifice for this country. And this is the sacrifice I can do for this country. I cannot fight. I cannot disturb. I cannot call for strike. I can never intimidate somebody to fight or to kill anybody. But I can say that this way that the government is moving is a failure. And I have no regret for that. Some said in a social media write-up that I said he brought calamity to the country, which I did not say. I only said he should try and get the country back to the situation he got it. Some are intimidating me that this is a kind of inviting suicide bombing era back to Nigeria. which I know quite okay, that suicide bombing in the world has drastically reduced. People don't know why. Because ISIS and their followers have decided not to use that mode of operandi anymore because of the criticism they are receiving in the world. That is why there is no more suicide bombing. Let's assume that it is the government that tackled bombing, and therefore there is absence of bombing. Now, is it absence of bomb that we are looking for, or absence of killing? What are we looking for? Let's compare the number of deaths during this administration and the former administration and see. Let's look at the number of abduction during this administration and the former. I want Nigerians to agree that, or to believe, or to understand that kidnapping and abduction has become institutionalized business today. Even this week in Zamfara, in Maradun, 70 innocent teenagers were abducted. I don't want to say assuming it is your own child, but how do you think I will feel if it is my own child that have been abducted by criminals? So I think I have no regret whatsoever, and this is not my first time of saying something against killing and kidnapping. I said it more than this during the last administration, and even during this administration. But why is it that this one is so viral? Why? Because Nigerians are tired. So everybody is eager to share that video. That look at this man, what he's saying is true. Let me share it with you. That is the message. And if you look at number of criticism and number of support, the message God, you will be at ease that yes, this message served its purpose. Because in my page, I have seen a message from a Christian lady who said, wow, look at how truth is uniting us. Christians and Muslims are praying for this man. So I think I have said it in my lecture now, that whatever the circumstance is, I will be happy with it, because if somebody killed me because of this, my blood will write a history. That because of humanity, I was killed. And if somebody arrests me because of this, he will send a message. People will now try a listen more. Then they will understand that I have said it, that if he wants to deliver, may the Almighty help him. And because he don't want to deliver, now he come after me. So anyone you do, I'm at ease.
Is that the prohibition of the Constitution of Nigeria?
The situation has already said it clear. This is a man that if you say he cannot rule this country proper, you are doing it at the risk of your life. how many people were attacked because they didn't show their support to him? I didn't say that he sent them to do that, but I said that people are ready to kill anybody who said that Buhari cannot deliver. The post-election violence of 2011 is an affirmation, is a proof to that. But now, why is it Nigerians are no more die hard to him? It's because of the failure. I want him to succeed. That's why I'm telling him this, because he has no time. In the next 1 year, he will be busy campaigning for his party to succeed. Therefore, he has no time. But if he can wake up today and start doing something, maybe he can deliver.
Under the provision of Constitution of Nigeria.
Well, everybody now use Islam to say what he wants. Boko Haram use Islam to kill people. So people can easily use Islam to say it is against the tenet of Islam to call a failure failure. People can do so. But go and ask history. Did Abu Hanifa publicly said something about the failure of Abu Ja'far al-Mansur? Did Malik ibn Anas did so? Are they no Muslim? What happened to Ibn Taymiyyah? Why some of the clerics died in prison? Why? Can the Almighty say, if somebody have neglected his duty and people are dying on daily basis, somebody shouldn't talk on their behalf? Can the Almighty say this? This is a kind of attacking Islam indirectly, that it is unjust religion. What will we do? Just to keep quiet? Our children are being sold like granules. The criminal can negotiate on pawn with people, and to some extent, criminals, the abductors, collected 50 million naira from innocent Nigerians, and they refuse to release the children on the basis that it is not up to 15 naira. There is mistake of 13,000 or 130,000. Therefore, they will not release. Even the person who brought the money will be arrested by them. Then Islam will okay, now, if we ask them, were they absent when Jonathan was criticized by Muslim clerics? It was there in records. What will be the answer? It's because he is not a Muslim. Okay, if that will be the answer, then I wonder if we can continue like this. If somebody claims marginalization, what will we say? We criticize Jonathan publicly because he is Christian. Then what Christians will say in Nigeria? It is Islamic to criticize Jonathan because he is from the minority tribe. Then what will the minorities say in Nigeria? If they claim marginalization, don't we know that there are a lot of agitations in Nigeria? Can we unite Nigeria by this kind of attitude? By saying that criticizing a Muslim leader, when he failed, is un-Islamic, but criticizing a Christian leader when he failed is Islamic. What are we saying? In Islam, people are one in front of justice. That is our stand. The Quran is clear about that. People are equal in the face of justice. I don't know where they get their own. Maybe you direct that question to them.
Who has the right to tax any Nigerian except being authorized?
Sharia is something that we have to sit down and look into it critically in Nigeria, especially we the Muslims. The Sharia move claimed some innocent lives in Nigeria, but now there is no more, there is less issue of Sharia. Why is it that? We have to look into that. And we have to look at our cordial relationship with others and our existence. What will be the future of our existence if we say we want Sharia and people don't understand to give us that opportunity? I think we have to look into that.
Federal government or any other constitution?
Well, to me, it is un-Islamic to give that verdict because he is not a judge. A cleric has no right to pass a judgment. There is a constituted authority. If the best he can do is to register his complaint to a judge, to a competent court of justice, that this person has violated a certain decree or a certain provision of the Constitution of Nigeria or whatever, then he wait for judgment. So I'm not in support of anybody giving verdict other than the judge.
I'm not a learned person.
It's not Hizbah that is banning alcohol.
Okay, but they also ban.
Is the Kano state government. They are enforcing what the law that the Kano state government established. So I don't think the blame will go to Hizbah. If the Kano state decided to ban alcohol, and you know the police cannot protect or enforce that law because according to the Constitution, alcohol is not prohibited. That is where Hizbah come in. To enforce a law enacted by Kano state government, which the police may not be comfortable in executing that law. That is where Hizbah come in. So I don't think there is problem with that, or the Hizbah will be blamed on that, for that.
But I'm not a layman.
I think I've answered this question in my video, that we all failed. No one can say that he did not fail in Nigeria. If people are dying in one state in the nation, and the other states fold their arms, at the end, that people that are dying are Nigerians. And we have to protect Nigeria because your state is not exclusive when Nigeria is discussed. So I can't say that it is only the northerners or the northern elites that have failed. Inasmuch as Nigeria is one, all the elites of this country have failed. all the politicians have failed. We have to come back to the drawing board. If there is no issue of failure, our forefathers fought for this country in the Biafran War. What brought back the agitation of Biafra? Because we have failed. If somebody had taken history so serious and learned to correct the mistake that brought about Biafra, whatever the mistake was, the agitation of Biafra will not come again. Look at what happened, Boko Haram. It's because we failed to learn a lesson from Metazini. That was brought Boko Haram. Look at Plateau crisis. It's because we failed to learn our lesson from Tapawa Balewa crisis, from Kapanchan crisis, from what do you have? There is another one, Zangwan Katap crisis, all. So we have to learn our lessons.
I'm telling you, Mr. President, you are to take responsibility.
Yes, the North is more scared minus Zamfara, minus Sokoto, minus Kaduna, and minus Plateau, minus Borno. If you remove these states, minus Niger, if you remove these 6 states, then the North is scared. But if you include Zamfara in the North, we know that Zamfara is hell. And we know about 7 local governments in Zamfara are no-go area. We know this. And we know what is happening in Birnungwari zone of Kaduna State. And we know that as I am speaking now, some girls are in the custodies of abductors in Niger State. And as I am talking today, in part of Sabon Birni in Sokoto State is no-go area. Even Kebbi is not safe. As I am talking now, there are areas that are no-go area in Kebbi State. We know about the children, the abduction of children there. The best thing for the presidency to do is to be appealing for Nigerians to give them more time, because they are going to do more in securing our life and property. I want to believe that if everywhere in the North is safe, when NDA was attacked, then the whole Nigeria is not safe. Don't call it the North. When the NDA is attacked and our soldier was killed and our soldier was abducted, I don't think in some countries where the citizens are wise enough, the presidency will do anything other than appealing to Nigerians.
Because we have it in the Quran, we have it in Ahadith.
I will advise him to put more effort. It's better than resigning at the midst of this situation. I urge him not to resign, but I urge him to fix Nigeria. There should be representative of the Almighty who is always asking for justice. They should also be representative of the common man who is suffering day in, day out.
Who do you want us to?
Well, I think it is impossible to Islamize Nigeria or to Christianize Nigeria. Nigeria is a secular state, and let's remain like that. And the only way to do so is to give all the two religions equal opportunity and equal rights.
Give responsibility. Do you want us to give the President of America?
Well, I have to tell them that they should look at on Sunday what is happening in Nigeria. It's halfway shut down. Activities are now moving on Sundays because people are busy going to church. That is a sign that Christianity is there in Nigeria. People go to church. People express their Christian ideas and actions publicly in no intimidation, in as much as I know, in as much as my knowledge is correct. Christians are not being intimidated on the basis of being Christians. So I think let's look at another way of criticizing the government.
The President of Ghana, the President of...
Well, if I believe that the approach of going to visiting the bandit and preaching to them is the right one, I could have been with him in that regard. But the idea of amnesty, I will say, if there is no any other option for Nigeria, then they must take the last action. If there is no any other option, and the best option in dealing of banditry, Boko Haram, whatever, is to crush them. I'm not for and I'm not against. I said, if there is no way, why Gumi may be agitated for amnesty? Because he have foreseen that the government cannot crush them. If we know that the government will crush them, what we need is peace. The means of getting that peace or the cost of that peace is not matter. What matters is let's get that peace. If it is by amnesty, if that is the only way, then nobody will reject it. If that is the only way. Because when you talk of amnesty, you are talking of a lot of money to be spent in securing that amnesty. But the government knows which way is the easiest. What Nigerians need is they need a new Nigeria, that there will be no amnesty.
Okay, so also...
there will be no crisis.
No, we have the right.
Well, it is not right for somebody to say, I'm surrendering in any war, and you reject that his surrender. But you have to be careful. The government must be careful. When they surrender, they should be taken to a rehabilitation center so that there will be de-radicalization. And let those who lost their loved ones have their view, say their view. Because according to Islam, if somebody kills someone, now the children or the close relationship of that people are entitled to blood money. And they are the one to say, we have forgiven this person that killed our brother. We have forgiven him, let him not be persecuted. But if they didn't forgive him, then he must be punished. So their idea is very important. Secondly, the government must be careful. And I don't know have they not been sent just to do some, war is something that you can't predict what somebody will do. Are they not to collect some information, to be sent into their people there? Many questions could be asked. Then at the end, the government will arrive at what to do.
Constitutional right to ask you, Mr. President.
Well, the government, it is time for them to persevere, to be patient with the people. The people have the right to voice out now because they are suffering. They are suffering. Those that are in so-called scared area that there is no insecurity, are suffering inflation, high price of food, lack of job, the strike in hospitals, many problems. So when people are facing numerous problems and challenges, their administration must be patient with them and appeal to them that yes, we are doing our best. I can remember when I shouted at the beginning of the appointment of the former Minister of Agriculture on his statements. Had it been the government listened that time, it couldn't have now sacked him now. I told them that rice is moving high, and it is not. It is not good for someone from the government to tell us to take gari instead. We want to eat rice. So this is part of things that I want them to realize, that it is time that they weigh their words, understand what to tell people. Don't create more enemies now. It is important. It is a high time now. Don't create more enemies. You need more friends now.
Is there nobody to take responsibility?
But someone must sacrifice for Nigeria. Someone must sacrifice for humanity. And someone must sacrifice for mistake correction. Therefore, I have made my mind to sacrifice for that. No going back. But you can correct my words, that you're supposed not to use these words, use other words. Or you're supposed not to do it this way, do it that way. But for me, to keep quiet and people are dying in the country, children, innocent children, teenage children, abducted. And as a father, at this age, as a grandfather, I will not have feeling, or I cannot voice out. What is the essence of living then?
I want to believe that we have all failed.
Well, there are two different things. Puberty and maturity, they are different. If you commit a crime, your age will determine. For instance, teenage killed somebody. He will not be considered the same as a 50-year-old person, matured person, killed somebody. That is what we are going to look at. Maturity is very important when you want to preach. And maturity doesn't mean that you are old or young, but puberty is precondition. A child cannot be a preacher. But maturity is something that you learn over time. My preachings now will never be the same as when I was 20 years old. So I think that is what happened to Mr. Pantami. He was young when he said that, maybe, and he had no exposure. You know, exposure matters. When he was, he did that preaching, he wasn't aware of globalization. Now he become aware. I'm assuming, I'm not saying that is what happened. Now he found himself in a full globalization. That what you said about America will affect your position in Nigeria. What you said about Al-Qaeda will affect your position in Nigeria. So I think something happened. I don't know. I can't hold a brief on his behalf.
I felt as an Imam to teach you that life...
No.
You all felt as parents.
I feel sorry for him, and I feel sorry for myself because I don't want to be in that position. And I think I have to take more precaution about what I say, especially in respect of human life. You can see many people are calling me advocate of humanity or peace. Why? Because of my lessons. I learned lessons, my exposure. I studied in University of Jos. I understood that if I really want that study, I have to tolerate some things. During my tenure of my scholarship, when I was studying in Jos, many people know me. Some are surprised to see me in the university. Because if you know the Izala group, I belong to Izala group. During that time, I was a member of the Izala group. But gradually, I learned that the problem we have in this country that is going to consume all of us if we are not careful is extremism. By that time, there wasn't anything like Al-Qaeda. You got it? But I realized that extremism is wrong, because I have seen myself sitting in front of a lady teaching me social psychology, and I need to pass that course, and I must address her as Ma. I must respect her and I must obey her. From there, I start thinking, okay, I have to correct my assumption of my understanding of living in this world. Because before I was studying in a classroom where my teacher is Malam, we shared the same value, we shared the same anything, but now I have seen the difference. I am seeing a new world. So I think exposure matters.
To teach your children that killing is bad.
Well, you know, government has ways of doing things different of our own thinking. They may suspect somebody to be financing the terrorists, but they don't have proof, they may invite that person to be in the government so that a proper close watch could be possible so that to nail him down. There could be many reasons. So I am not of the opinion of attacking people in the government that these are not qualified, these are not bad, these are not good, this and this. No. My own belief is that whatever is happening in a country, there must be an overseer. And the overseer we have is the president. If he is not satisfied with a minister, he should kick him out and bring another person. But who is working in the administration now, what is his qualification, what was his history, is not my business. My business is we want this administration to succeed so that Nigeria will be fixed. That is my problem. As for people financing Boko Haram, this is clear. Everybody knows that these boys that you are seeing with AK-47, most of them don't know how to acquire visa, don't know how to go out of their locality. How did they get that machineries? There must be someone who is supplying them. Who is that person? Why is he doing it? And that is the essence of having different kind of securities. Military intelligence, NIA, SSS, and the rest.
Our community leaders failed. Our politicians failed.
Why shouldn't I? I must take responsibility. All the words are my words. And I didn't say them, I didn't say any word under duress. I intentionally said it, and I meant what I said, and I am ready to bear the consequences. I even said it before saying the words, that I'm ready to bear the consequences. I know that there could be an intimidation. I know that, but my pen, I have said it, I have said my pen. People are dying, and we have what we call shahada, the real one, not the one that suicide bombers are doing, is to die for some people to live. If I die now, I am trying to provide life for other people who are dying unjust in Nigeria. There is no reason why children will be abducted in Nigeria. And you said, will all the gadgets of this world, with all the technology of this world, people are using porn. Understand my agony. People are using porn to communicate that your beloved ones are with us. If you want, pay us this money. And we have government that has Ministry of Communication, that has Ministry of Information, that has everything, but cannot track that porn. Is it what celebrating? If somebody can invite me and tell me that yes, it is a law in Nigeria that you must celebrate this situation, then I will understand that it is the policy of the government. But if they invite me and tell me that, no, choose your words. This word is not proper. This is proper. Consider that. We are in democratic era. The most important component of democracy is freedom. This is part of my freedom. To think, to believe, to express. I didn't invite anybody for chaos. I didn't ask anybody to take arm. I didn't invite anybody to be impatient or to kill. I didn't do anything. In as much as my understanding is right. It's my personal opinion. Nobody asked me to say anything. I choose to say it because my mind didn't agree that this is how Nigerians are supposed to live. That morning that I spoke out, about 7 villages that can't afford to eat 3 times gathered money to pay the bandits. If they didn't on Saturday, their villages will be set ablaze. And it was said in an international media, BBC. I said it in the video. The community leaders said that they have to pay that money even before the time so that they will protect their lives and property because no one to do that for them. If this thing will not, if this thing did not touch my emotion, what will touch my emotion? And that came immediately some few days after NDA was attacked. Haba, someone must feel for Nigeria. And I feel for Nigeria. If it is a crime to feel for my country, to be emotionally moved by something that is happening in Nigeria, I am ready to be punished for this sin. I must be emotionally touched when NDA was attacked. The highest power, the highest force in Nigeria is the military. In daytime, I don't think it was in the night. In daytime, the place that if some country will attack Nigeria, that is where I'm hoping to have protection from. And it will be attacked. And after that, for me to hear something about that the perpetrators were attacked.